Hello everyone, my name is Edgar Huerta. I am from Houston, Texas, and I cannot believe that these 4 years have really gone by just like that. When I first arrived in Swanee, I showed up with the simple mentality that I wanted to get involved in as many things as possible. I wanted to make a difference on my campus, but I was unsure how that was going to happen. My involvement in high school consisted of the soccer team, and that was it. I wanted to change that in this new chapter of my life that was called college. At the start of my freshman year, I met a senior named Lauren Newman from the class of 2018. She was the Canale of the English as a Second Language program, and one day, when I was talking to her about my aspirations of teaching in the future, she invited me to go with her and some other volunteers to teach English to some Spanish-speaking students in Manchester, Tennessee. The younger me from high school would have said, "Nah, I don't want to get up on Saturday mornings." But like I previously mentioned, I was coming to Swanee with a new mentality. I accepted the offer and stated that I would go that weekend. I won't lie, those first weekends, I failed. I did not wake up on time or made excuses to not go. But when I finally went, it was not what I was expecting. It was classes in a small building with a few adult students who were Hispanic. Being there reminded me of my community from home. Needless to say, it was a great first experience. After that first class, I committed myself more fully and never ended up missing another class unless I absolutely needed to. For once, there was work that I was doing that did not involve me receiving a grade for it. At the point of my sophomore year, I began to realize how much more enjoyment I was finding in the work I was doing with organizations. My classes seemed boring, and I was consistently finding time to work on improving organizations I was responsible for. I would schedule meetings, look for ways to improve the team's morale, and connect with members to ensure that they were all satisfied with the organization's state. There was a day that spring semester where I actually had to take an exam, and I must say I did not enter that classroom feeling ready for it, nor felt well after taking it. I remember just how disappointed I felt, because I was the last one in the room and did not want to hand it in out of embarrassment. After walking out of that classroom, I was scheduled to volunteer at Cowan Elementary School for my education class. I went to that school feeling indifferent about helping some third graders. You would think I went into that school and was too upset to teach those kids. Anyone would have been in a bad mood to deal with teaching anything. However, to my surprise, these kids did the unexpected. They actually ended up making my day. They made me laugh with their questions and made me feel as if I was doing something greater for them. They were really appreciative and told me they missed me. I walked out of that classroom with a new attitude and perspective about my time at Swanee. Was I going to spend the rest of my college career worrying about what grades I received in classes? Was I going to let this number on a piece of paper define me and my worth? From that moment on, I began to approach my classes with more ease when it came to my grades. No, I'm not saying that I completely forgot about my classes and failed. I mean, look at me. I'm about to graduate, so I know I did something right. What I mean is that I no longer let exams and grades stressed me out too much. I realized how my time in Swanee was most impactful when I was creating memories with other human beings and participating in things I was passionate about, specifically when I was helping someone achieve their goals or learn something new. Teaching had always been on my radar from the beginning of my college career, and I now recognize the joy that comes from working with others when it's a mission I am zealous about. Teaching has led me to find value in myself. That is why I will be working towards mentoring the youth as I graduate and get older. I feel a drive to make a difference for the ones who come after me, because they are the ones who will shape our future. Let's help create opportunities for the people after us. Thank you for listening to my story. I hope there is something that you were able to take away from it. Bye.